Then come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
What's going on, girl? Listen, we got a few things to get into, but this is where we're going to start. I'm not even going to play with y'all. I don't know who Raymonte is, but Raymonte and Cardi B was going back and forth on the internet, and I wanted to cover the story. Give you guys my opinion on the situation, okay? Raymonte and Cardi had a little back and forth after he seemingly compared himself to her, and that's why she is able to thrive while being called ghetto, while he is not. And Cardi responded and things got a bit tense. So let's hear what Raymonte had to say.
Things out, but the videos y'all keep saying I'm ghetto and and it throws me off because none of my videos am I walking up people selling them empty their purse, give me everything you got. I don't think I'm as ghetto as everyone tries to make it seem. And what bothers me as a black person, you guys say that I'm ghetto, but Cardi B, who doesn't look like a visible black woman to me, and this is no shade to you, Cardi B. This is no shade. This is just literally a fact. And we're speaking on colorism and all those type of things. She is very, very ghetto. She's way ghettoer than me. She's way hooder, gangster, greasy with me. She was outside with the damn Bloods. And y'all don't say that this lady is ghetto. Y'all don't say that she isn't marketable. It feels like everyone can be ghetto and black besides ghetto and black people. And again, no shade to you, Cardi B. I'm just doing a comparison. My content has always been uplifting women. I've always said so many things about women, like to encourage them and be amazing. And I might make a little joke about a relationship or a boy or something like that. And I might say, bitch, but that don't make me a fucking gangster thug psycho, man. I literally don't like to drag things out. But the videos y'all keep saying.
Okay, so let me comment on what he said before I get into what Cardi said.
I'm ghetto.
So I myself have had people respond to me in this way. They like demean me as if I'm not, college educated, as if I am not a reader and an intellectual, low-key a nerd, like because I speak a certain way, because I stand on business, so to speak, with my opinion on things. People would like to basically discount my intelligence. And as a Gemini girl, there are some things I just cannot deal with sometimes. And people acting as if I'm not as smart as I am is one of those things. So I understand where Raymonte is coming from, and I understand the point he was trying to make, but he's wrong. He is wrong. They did call Cardi ghetto. They did repeatedly, over and over again, all over the place. Okay. Cardi has been called everything but a child of God on the internet. Like, has it stopped her from getting all of the brand deals? No, because she is racially ambiguous and likable. I can agree with you, Raymonte, that yes, she is probably getting these opportunities because she is not only Dominican and gives racially ambiguous teas, meaning we don't know where to place her, but we know it's light enough for us. Okay. She's received that treatment, but she's also a woman and people are responding to her sex appeal as well. So I feel like that wasn't a good example. I also feel like I could think about a lot of people who I think are hood and ghetto, like Kodak Black or, a lot of these other like male rappers, a lot of them niggas that are in jail now. Like there are many a male rapper out there that we've called, like, we don't have to call them ghetto because they're men. But it's because it's a good thing when men are like this, right? Unless you're gay, right? Then it's too much for a lot of people. Try to really just be homophobia sometimes, and y'all just be like real defensive, turned. Understandably so. Okay, especially in our homophobic ass community. But I did understand the point that Raymonte was trying to make, but his point was not accurate. That's just my opinion. It just wasn't accurate. He needed to choose someone else. Cardi said it's crazy because I became famous. Because when I became famous, people said I'm ghetto, talk shit about my accent, call me dumb because the way I speak, say I got no couth, talk about my teeth, my braids, my 2 buns. And to this day, no matter what I accomplish, I still get called a stripper, all because I'm from the ghetto. People misinterpret me because apparently I'm loud and ghetto till this day. Call me a hood rat and all. When I sat down with Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, they called me a ghetto stripper. Why is it that y'all got to use me to make y'all comparisons? Because y'all only see the glory, but not when I get dragged 24/7. Leave me the fuck alone and out y'all bullshit. Not to be honest, I don't understand the problem with this statement. And I totally understand where she's coming from, because I can remember feeling the need to defend her when people talked about her being ignorant and not being able to speak proper English. And I was like, because she's bilingual. English is not the first language. And usually English isn't the first language. You know, there's a little bit of a breakup in you know, the vernacular. But at the end of the day, who cares? Who cares? Does that really mean, like, this is somebody that actually speaks 2 languages and you think you're smarter than her because you got your own language right? Kind of, sort of. You know what I'm saying? So like, I do feel that she has gotten to where she is because of her hustle, her grind, her likability, and also because she fits a stereotypical mold that the entertainment industry wants to see. Like they like spicy Latinas. It is what it is. He said, girl, why are you getting so mad at the comparison? I'm saying you are successful and reach heights that visibly Black people, ghetto people have a hard time reaching. That act just like you. I'm not saying you don't deserve success or how you act is bad. I'm saying that if someone that was my color or darker acts the same way, they will never receive the same awards. Or you're being very dense. Suki Hana, Sexy Red City Girls, the list goes on. You've had major campaigns. The ghetto Black women and men like me will never get. It's a deeper conversation. I'm not trying to offend you at all. To not think you have it easier to be seen as marketable because you're lighter is crazy. So he's doing a lot here. He's doing a lot here because essentially what she said was, you said that I was called ghetto, you know, that I wasn't called ghetto. You said that I wasn't perceived as ghetto. And I'm telling you, I absolutely was perceived as ghetto. And it was still hard for me. And I still have people saying crazy shit to me. What she doesn't understand from Raymonte's standpoint is Raymonte is talking about his experience when it comes to this business. And I understand that. I do understand exactly where he's coming from with that. But I also feel like it's always colorism. It's always colorism, y'all. It's always colorism. Like there's no way around it. Like there's always colorism. But I just kind of also feel like it still wasn't a good enough comparison for all of this back and forth. That's what I'll say. I feel like it, you know, like they doing a lot. Let me see, what are y'all saying? She was well into her career before the big fashion would dress her and work with her. Louboutin declined to work with her despite them benefiting from her referencing them in Bodak Yellow. Talk about it. That wasn't what he said in that video. He tried to gaslight her. I do feel like he was trying to get away with his point not hitting by trying to bring up all of this other shit that she never said. She said, that's not what you said. You said nobody called me ghetto and now you're moving to goals. You know why I'm where I'm at right now? Because I took all those no's and recognized when I had to change. I had to change the way I talk, the way I act, and the way I respond and how I present myself. You ignoring all of that and playing the color card because you don't like me, and it's fucked up. You using all these other women. Sexy Red is making bangers and on tour with Drake. And I bet money she's going to win female rapper of the year because she's grinding and working hard and not letting people call her ghetto distract her from the top. So miss me with that. I ain't sorry. I think that she ate a little bit. I think Cardi ate this a little bit because yeah, I definitely feel I understand where she's coming from. It is given you just don't like her, so you were trying to use her as an example. And I've seen y'all do that a lot, like use her as an example of someone who you feel like doesn't deserve to be where she is. So because you feel she doesn't deserve to be there, you know want to use her as an example of somebody who got into their position even though they're ghetto and they don't have to deal with being called ghetto. It's like you kind of do. You don't know all of the times people have not wanted to work with her or disrespected her in her face. Like, you don't know how many times, you know, she went through that before she got to the point that she's at. I do think there's something to be said for what she said at the end. Like, you gotta hustle, and it's not going to happen for everybody. And that's just the truth of the matter. But I can't say that, you know, me, myself personally, I feel like you should be worrying about people calling you ghetto. Like, child, please. And get what's for you. That's another thing a lot of people need to get out of, feeling like because you don't have something that somebody else has, you know, that means that there isn't something out there specifically for you that you just haven't come into contact with. And there is something to be said for not getting what you want until you change your mindset, until you change your approach, until you know, change how you handle yourself, your presentation. Something may have to move or change in order for you to get to where you're trying to go. And that's the truth of the matter. And she did have to get her teeth fixed, and she did have to tone it down a tad bit. She did have to get off of social media, because she used to be on social media arguing with y'all all the time. Now she takes breaks where we don't even hear or see her on social media for a little while. Yeah, he really could have said lighter tone people. He could have said racially ambiguous people. He was like non-black people. Pulling Cardi out felt intentional. Yeah, and this is what, yeah, that's what it's giving. Because I always hear that from the Barbs. Because Nicki Minaj used to say that all the time. Nicki Minaj insinuated that if she didn't speak, you know, correct English, if she talked like Cardi, she would be considered girl. Extremely highly successful. And still making those comparisons with somebody that came out after you that was still brand new in the industry after your tenure. Girl, I can't. I know. There's a lot of, you know, Nicki love. I know. Look, y'all, look, this for y'all. Nicki Minaj's husband, Petty, takes updated sex offenders registry photo after completing 120-day house arrest. Okay. He's back in there. He's solidified. Okay. He's soaked in and he's good. You know what I'm saying? He's soaked in and he's good, you guys. He's going to be all right. They're going to be okay. All right, y'all. Let's move on to Ray J right quick. Let's talk about Ray J.
Yep, now that I'm free and I can do what I want, stop complaining. All you gonna see is pussy. So fuck what you talking about. We up. We so up, we don't give a f. I give a f. You think I give a f? I'm definitely not wrong. Y'all think I'm wrong? Fuck off. You would never stop this train. We too up to be listening to what stupid gotta say. I'm free. I'm single. This is what single look like. Get used to it, because it's just the start of it. You got a problem, get the f on my page. All you gonna see is and titties on my page, so suck my dick if you got a problem. Period. We so up, we're gonna do this shit every day. We're gonna keep doing it over and over. If y'all got a problem, I'm happy you got a problem with this life, because we don't give a f. We never have. We just having fun. It's a test shoot. I hope I make everybody in the world mad as so mad that they fucking can't take it no more and they log off and stop following me. Feel me? We love y'all. We need everything we can get from y'all. Whether it's love or hate, I need y'all, and I appreciate everybody that's coming on this page. Thank you, and I love you.
Y'all, Ray J's a psycho. Y'all, Ray J's a psycho. Y'all, Ray J's a psycho. I've been telling y'all that Ray J is a psycho because I feel like watching him on Love and Hip Hop, like he's just so mean and so careless and so cold-hearted. I don't know what happened to him as a child, girl. I don't know whether being Brandy's little brother was detrimental to the young man's self-esteem coming up, but he is very angry on the inside, girl. He is very upset and bitter on the inside. It is giving, I am lonely, I am angry, and I am on my safari shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to basically turn into the Tasmanian devil so that I can suck up all the life around me and spit it out like a tornado. That's what it's given. That's what this is sad. Like, Ray J, you're like 40 something years old with 2 kids. And this is what you're on right now. This like party guy, we don't give a fuck. Like, it's so lame. It's so whack. It's so degenerate. You're too old for this. You're going to have a fucking stroke. Like, be careful. Put down the pink cocaine. Like, what is happening, Ray J? What is happening? Child, something wrong with Capricorn men. All of the Capricorn men, Tyrese, Ray J, Martell Holt, girl, they are not safe. Capricorn men are not safe if this is the lineup we have. My God. Let me tell you something, Prince. You better be serious about that divorce this time, girl. Stop fucking playing. You better file for divorce from this nigga, because I promise you he gonna keep torturing you. He gonna keep seeking out revenge on you and trying to hurt you. Look at him talking about he want to make everybody online so mad. Why? We don't. Ray J, why, Ray J? Why you want us to be upset? I don't understand. What's happening? Oh my God. Someone get help. This nigga mad that Princess moving on. That's what it's giving. Y'all, let's move on to Nick Cannon, because Nick Cannon was talking to Iyanla Vanzant. And they like the panda to the problematic black men. So that's what they're talking about.
Find difficulty when I'm asked about people that I know about. It was either Breakfast Club or Angela Yee or something, and they asked me about Puff, and I answered it as honestly as I knew how to answer it. I knew these people, they're not just public figures to me. So I have to almost do this dance when it comes up, as just as much as I know Diddy, I know Cassie. I think what they brought up is like, I saw that. I kind of was saying, I'm praying for Cassie, trying to find the high frequency in knowing the story, knowing the right thing to talk about. I was like, this is someone who was hurt, who was victimized. But then when this question goes a little bit further, like, so what about Puff? I was like, I don't know how to feel about that. When I was going through my stuff, someone that called, checked on me, stood by me, stood up for me. And I was like, what do I owe?
Well, what does that mean? Stood by you, stood up for you.
Well, when no one else would protect me, or
whether it's Puffy or whoever, you want to be their brother first, not their PR agent.
But as a friend and as a brother, I want to defend.
But that's not your job.
It's not my job. So your advice to me is sometimes just say, I'm going to reserve comment.
That is my brother, and I'm going to reserve comment.
So that goes back to what this is all about, healing in the public eye. As our brotherhood, it shouldn't be in the... I find...
Okay. I actually like that Iyanla told him it was not his responsibility to defend Puff, because it's not. It's not the world's responsibility to defend Puff. The only person that's supposed to defend Puffy is himself and his lawyers. That's how I feel. I feel like people don't realize when someone is manipulating you into feeling allegiance and loyalty to them. They show up for you because they want you to show up for them when the time comes. It's always an exchange. And I feel like I need people to stop acting like he isn't being accused of some very fucked up things. Like, namely, blowing up someone's car, hanging someone from a building, and raping Cassie. And I don't mean, because I know everybody wants to mince words and act like what happened with the fuck-offs is something she agreed to, even if you want to argue about that. Cassie said when she tried to break it off, Diddy broke into her house and raped her. So I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. If that is something you did, I'm not fucking with you. But most importantly, I'm not defending you. I understand people. That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate people who can just shut the fuck up about it and not defend. Do not defend, because ultimately you don't know who somebody is. I don't care how much of a friend they have been to you. You know how men are predatory on these young girls in this industry. You know what goes on. So continue to get in the public eye and defend someone who is being accused of something so fucked up. And I also feel like I hate that y'all are playing in my face, because I'm looking at you and every other nigga who gets online to act like y'all don't know that Puff does this shit. Like, y'all are so full of shit. There are videos and interviews of Puffy making grown ass men feel uncomfortable. So I know he said and done things in front of all of y'all that would make y'all believe whatever the fuck they're saying about him and what he's done. You probably have your own experiences with him that you know this is the case. You know that this is what happened. So when they constantly force this deniability about the situation, it really pisses me off. Just don't say shit, because anytime y'all act like y'all can't possibly believe this shit about Puff, it really makes me believe that y'all are doing whatever he was doing. Cause that's insane to me. Y'all in the fucking industry. I'm not in the industry. I'm on the outskirts, and I've heard stories about Puffy for years. And y'all gonna tell me y'all party with him, y'all be around him, and y'all don't know what's going on with Puff? Like, come on. That's just weird to me. It's giving predators protecting predators. And I don't think that Nick Cannon is that type of person, but like Diddy. But I also feel like, don't speak up too loudly, my G. Don't do that. That's a mistake. I'm not even gonna talk about ignorant ass Mano. Fuck Mano. You on video too, as far as I'm concerned. Update. Jonathan Majors will be sentenced soon, as previously reported, after being found guilty of harassment and assault in December for an incident involving his ex-girlfriend, British dancer Grace Jabari. Majors' legal team filed to have the charges tossed. He was initially scheduled to be sentenced in February, but his lawyers brought questions to the forefront surrounding the verdict and prosecutors' argument. Unfortunately, for the former Marvel star, was revealed today, April 3rd, so yesterday, 2 days ago, that his attempt to change the verdict was rejected. Because it seems like you did it, sir. Like, if you look at the video, it definitely feels like you picked that lady up and dropped her and all of this crazy shit. It definitely seemed like that. Okay? Hold up, y'all. There was the update on Cardi. Okay, what did she say?
He hit me up on DM saying like, yo, I be feeling bad because I do be feeling like people be dragging you a lot, and please don't let people overwhelm you and make you want to commit suicide. You're that. Like, it's like when he hit me up on DM and said that, after we had a whole argument a couple of months ago about something dumb, shit really meant a lot to me because I was in a very vulnerable state. And like right now, I feel like I'm in a vulnerable space, but I'm a little bit stronger. So it's like, damn, if you know that people drag me about this topic all the time, why did you bring me up as collateral to prove your point? Mm-hmm. You know my trigger points. Like, you literally mentioned my name. You could have mentioned Brandon Rock. You could have mentioned so many people, but you brought my name so I could get dragged down because people be playing in your face just like they played in my face years ago when I was in your position. And yes, I had to respond because it's like, yo, why are you playing with me like that? What I did to you? Why you did that to me? And it's like, oh, I didn't mean to get you dragged. I didn't this and that. But you know I get dragged about this topic every single 8 months. I get dragged about this topic. So you know exactly what you was doing, bringing my name up. So I'm glad I said what I had to say. I know I'm going to get dragged down again, but I don't give a f. I'm tired of standing up. I'm tired of y'all fucking bringing my name up. Y'all could have bring everybody else, but of course, y'all got to break the brick brim. Tired of it. Leave me the f alone. Stop trying to gaslight me. Stop trying to act dense. Stop trying to fucking twist words on why. But why do Cardi feel offended? Why the fuck y'all disturbing me on a Wednesday? Hey, you know not to say that. He hit me up on.
Yo, she's so real, bro. I can't stand her. hey, don't be saying what I'm saying. I know the graphics are hilarious to me. Y'all know people like to act like they don't understand where she coming from. Y'all always expect celebrities not to have no fucking feelings, but I just kind of feel like, girl, go off. Fuck all that. Like, you're gonna have to go through it until you get to a point where you don't want to respond anymore. But until you get to a point where you don't want to respond anymore, say however the fuck you feel. because you know everybody else going to. It's so funny. Fucking strangers feel like they can comment on your life in some comments as soon as you say some shit. Now all of a sudden you the bad guy that you know always complaining and responding to something. Child, fuck you. Until you got millions of people talking to you all of the fucking time, calling you a Mexican when you a Dominican and shit. Get out of my face with that. That shit leapt into some bullshit between her and Ice Spice, because apparently Ice Spice is Dominican too. So listen. Nigga said, same reason why you felt comfortable calling me a Mexican when I'm Dominican. And I asked you why you feel comfortable calling me a Mexican when Ice and Jerome, Zoe Saldana are Dominicans. Ice Spice said, no offense, Barty. It's because I have a Dominican parent and a black one. I think there might be some confusion on what was said. I asked why he feels so comfortable calling me Mexican. I have no Mexican parents. My mom is Trini. She came out of a whole black woman. My father is Dominican. I'm Dominican, just like you. I use other Dominicans as an example because as you should know, a lot of times we get clustered into one because of the language. Also, can you send me that pic you took of me with your camera from Vanity Fair? Thank you. Okay. And they look good. They look good. I like that they were able to have this conversation and it's not no beef because it does not need to be any beef. And I feel like I understand where she's coming from. I think Ice Spice was trying to be funny. You know, basically making a joke that, hey, you know, one of my parents is actually black. Neither one of your parents is considered black. That's why. Okay, that's why. That's why. Okay. So let's press ahead. Let's talk about Lily Allen. Okay, Lily Allen did not hold back while giving her honest opinion on Beyonce. Y'all, I've been listening to Cowboy Carter. I haven't finished it yet. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to go back, but I kind of went back and listened to the same songs. But anyway, here's the thing. I think there's a lot of like annoyance with Beyonce because I think people feel like Beyonce can do no wrong and she's always winning. And y'all are always like, you know, sucking on her clit hella hard. And it's obnoxious to people who, you know, are either haters of her or just don't like the dick ridery. You know what I'm saying? Y'all dick ride hella hard. And sometimes it can seem disingenuous. You're only saying you like something because it's her, not because you really like it. Personally, I feel like, nah, I actually sit and listen to her. I like all her stuff. I feel like she does really, really well put together like entire bodies of work. Her music doesn't hit as hard for me as Solange's, and I just mean like emotionally and being potent, but it still hits. You know what I'm saying? Like you're always gonna go sing a Beyonce song, girl. You're always gonna go listen to I've been like falling in love. Like she's always making a hit. That's what she does. Okay. So I do feel like there's a lot of hate on Beyonce, but I also feel like people sometimes respond to what they feel like is y'all doing the fucking most all the time, sucking on people's clits. Okay. Calm down.
The Jolene one's good.
It's very weird that you cover the most successful songs in that genre.
But I also feel like it's such an excellent song. Like I've listened to the story of how Dolly Parton wrote it in about 20 minutes, like over and over, because I just think it's so genius. And I don't know, felt a little bit like a kind of standard hip hop beat under a Jolene cover. It's like, let's do something with this song. If we're going to take it apart and put it back together, I feel like Beyonce could have done a bit more with it, or maybe pick something that was a little less bait to cover.
Yeah, I just feel like it's quite an interesting thing to do when you're like trying to tackle a new genre.
I feel like I know what they're trying to say. They're basically saying it was kind of cliche, and they may have wanted her to be more artistic with her choice. And I do feel like that's an opinion to make. And I have to wonder if that's coming for you know, from a place of uncomfortability with a Black woman doing country. But I would hope not, coming from Lily Allen, who I feel like kind of teetered somewhat into what we consider R&B.
You just choose the biggest song in that genre to cover. I mean, you do you, Beyonce, and she literally is doing her. Or is she doing Dolly?
I think I'd like it a lot more if it wasn't like, this is Beyonce's country album. It was like, it's just kind of a nice album. I feel like it's forcing itself to be part of its own narrative of I'm a country album. I don't think the Jolene ones.
I agree. I'm sorry, but I agree with her. There's a level of over strategizing And this is something I feel like Beyonce has always kind of fell into like the pitfalls of. And this is no disrespect to her. And this is just my opinion. Beyonce's going to do whatever she wants to do. It's crazy how whenever people have an opinion on her, y'all like, let Beyonce live. Nobody's stopping Beyonce from doing anything. Everything's already been done. This is just now everybody's opinion on it. And like, you know, assholes, we all have one. Is Lily Allen racist? Listen, I said it's a possibility that that's where that's coming from, but I do feel like there was an over commercialization of it to the point where I feel like it would have been nice if she just would have been more rustic about her approach to this album. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, yes, it went and got the Houston and the rodeo. It went and got the references and the country artists. Like, it did all of the big money things. And honestly, when I saw 16 Carriages and the photo that was put out for that, I was excited because I thought she was going to take more of a rustic approach to doing the country music, and really she took a very commercialized, you know, white woman cosplay type of, you know what I'm saying? She just took a different route, I guess, than I thought she was going to. She's great at paying people to curate for her. Yes. Sometimes it feels like Beyonce's putting on a costume and trying to sell it to us as if this is, you know, who she is. And it's like, I'm sure it is, but it still feels like you're making it into a costume versus somebody putting out, you know what I'm saying? Putting out something that just came from inside of them. No, Beyonce's like, I want to do a country album and y'all send me all of the best guy and we're going to see what we can like that. And I think country is such like a grassroots type of genre that I think people might have expected a little bit more authenticity, really wanted authenticity. And I think she was able to apply it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Madonna did it. Madonna did that as well. Kind of put it on like a costume. But not Madonna can't listen. We're not gonna get into Madonna. I don't want to offend the Z-listers, okay? Because the Z-list kids out there, they get mad at me. Lily Allen is racist. She's been called out before, saying things about black women, including the video she made with black women backup dancers. Okay, yeah, no, I could definitely feel the racism. I could definitely feel you feeling like you need to judge Beyonce because how dare a black woman be as successful as she's being in country right now? Yes. And no, the songs do have deep meaning. The one about her daughters, you know what I'm saying? The one about her kids and being the protector and the projector for them. I mean, I really love the Miley Cyrus record. Like, me personally, I love the Miley Cyrus record. I love the way their vocals are layered on top of each other. It was so many good decisions in the music making of this album, and it really was like emotional. That very first track, the Requiem, American Requiem track, like as the first track, like very, very emotional when I was listening to it. You know what I'm saying? So please don't misunderstand me. Like, I'm somebody that can listen to something openly. You know what I'm saying? I can take it for what it's being presented as. I don't need to have a deeper thought into it if I don't really want to. I can just experience it and enjoy it while I enjoy it versus feeling like, oh, I don't really like this. I wish you would have done that. Da, da, da. But when you commentate, you have to, you know what I'm saying, assess it how you assess it. And as I said, when I talked about the cover for the album, I felt like it was too much of a let me show up like a white person somewhat while promoting blackness. And I get that, but it was contradictory to me for her to show up visually looking differently and looking in a way that looked a little bit more Caucasian. But still, I'm bringing reference to all of these black country artists, these older black artists that haven't been respected in the genre. You know what I'm saying? So respect, but also what the fuck? You know what I mean? Just my opinion, you guys. But yeah, no, I can believe that Lily Allen's on some racist shit. Beyonce is still going to Beyonce the situation. She's still going to top the charts. She's still going to do amazing. That's her. You know what I'm saying? And I don't expect anything less. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, let's move on. More on Scrappy and Bam. The aftermath of former reality TV couple Scrappy and Bambi split has been riddled with accusations and court complaints. A recent report from Radar Online detailed one of the rapper's previous court motions where he accused his ex-wife of violating their divorce agreement. Reportedly, the court motion was filed in October 2023, just a few months after the pair reached a divorce settlement in June. In the filing, Scrappy, real name Daryl Raynard Richardson III, claimed that Azealia Bambi Benson disregarded their court order to live separately without intruding on the other. He said the mother of his 3 youngest children, Xylo, Breland, and Callie, would show up at his home without notice, disrupting his parenting time and causing confusion for the kids. How the fuck is it confusing for the mama to show up? Like, shut up. He reportedly wrote in the complaint, Bambi continues to violate the right, Scrappy's right to enjoy his residence free from interference. Bambi has engaged in willful acts of harassment by visiting Scrappy's home without his consent in direct violation of the court order. I understand all of that, but if I want to see my kids as the mother to those kids, I'm coming to wherever my kids are. You can't tell me I can't come wherever my kids are. Like, that's just my feeling, but okay. Additionally, the Never Scared artist claimed his Love and Hip Hop star made decisions without him about homeschooling their son and made belittling comments about him to the kids as well. I mean, is that anything what your mom is doing on the internet every fucking day? Specifically, he claimed Bambi told the children they would have a new daddy to care for them, further writing in the complaint. Bambi's words are not only disgusting, yet not made in the best interest of the children. In that same complaint, Scrappy also took issue with Bambi publishing a children's book featuring the likeness and images of their children, which he said also violated their agreement. He added, it didn't. That was tossed out. Once again, Bambi made a decision to discuss the specifics of the party's divorce in spite of the existing confidentiality. Nigga, all the times you've been online talking about y'all's divorce, are you serious? You don't even want to refer to her as your wife. You keep calling her your second baby mama. It seems vindictive to me. It seems like, you know, we're just going to keep going back and forth until we tire ourselves out. And I'm exhausted. I just want to say that. I'm fucking exhausted with it all. Do you hear me, girl? I'm exhausted with it all. Okay, let's go to Azealia Banks. Where is Azealia? Because Azealia was talking shit about Erykah Badu, girl. Okay, Azealia Banks calls Erykah Badu a fake, spiritual, condescending hater. Feel like she's throwing a bit much there. What you think? Okay. I'm covering it up at the top. But I think she says only corny, antagonistic, narcissists say shit like this. Because Erykah said, remember, soon as you start shining with bright, positive light, you will irritate the dark souls. They will attack with all their little might. They desperately hate for their misery to be interrupted. How dare you shine and make them work? And Azealia said this was some corny ass antagonistic shit that a narcissist would say. Realizing all this mismatched pseudo spirituality you hide behind to actually be a condescending hater and wishing you'd find some 52-year-old activities to do is not having a dark soul. You're just annoying, sis. Please don't call me on FaceTime at 3 a.m. to sing your boring new music. Call Steve Lacy and just follow his instructions. Get a guasha for them jowls and stay out of young women's vaginas with that weird doula shit. Oh my God. All that spiritual shit she be on is so bootleg, laughing my ass off. I almost laughed on FaceTime. Girl, this is obviously something that was going on between the two of them. So you mean to tell me, Erykah, you be calling Azealia Banks so she can listen to your music? I don't want to just discount Azealia because she acts like a nut sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But no, for real, thank you. Pot calling kettle, because bitch, wasn't you showing us how disgusting your apartment was one time because you were killing chickens and shit? But yet every time you turn around, you're online being a bitter Betty, a bitter Betty ass bitch. Like, come on, Azealia. Like, it's like you were talking about yourself there. It's giving you were talking about yourself. Where is your music? What's going on with you, Azealia? Because I feel like you've been having a lot of opinions, and whether I agree or disagree with them, girl, I just kind of sometimes feel like, how the fuck you gonna call somebody else miserable? How, girl? How? And y'all know last night we talked about this. Scrappy's ex-wife Bambi accuses him of violating their divorce by allowing the girlfriend to post their kids on social media. Y'all, I'm not mad at Bam about this. Like, get my fucking kids off that whole social media. You heard what the fuck I said. Let's move on, you guys.